All right, so I got a question about close range judo, so I want to give a little bit of explanation for that, right? Some people, let's just look at a right side versus left side situation. It's a little bit easier to understand. Salama, my friend over here, comes over the back deep, boom, and I go waist, right? And then now people, I call this sort of a righty versus left hip to hip position with the sleeve. And this is incredibly dangerous, right? Salama has the inside position here, right? He can turn at any moment. The distance of his movement to apply a technique is very short. And look how close our hips are already engaged, right? So a quick misdirection back and forth can take my opponent over his feet. It's just a very dangerous position to be in unless you have an advantage, okay? We're gonna talk about the advantage from there, but the advantage really is, do I know this position better than my opponent, right? And you have to really think in terms of that when you enter yourself over the back and go deep and then go hip to hip and start fighting in this grinding position here. You will have to ask yourself why you're there in the first place, okay? Me personally, I like inside position. Salama goes outside. I create this strong post, sleeve, shoulder turn. I like this mid-range better, okay? Because it gives me a lot of options. If Salama goes, I don't know, decides to start unloading on techniques, right? I have a nice frame to keep him away. I have some pushing power, right? If I need to encroach the position, look, I can take my position out. I can do lots of misdirection, ocho soto, keeping this far side, soto gari. Lots of different options for me, right? So I would say that's my favorite, but sometimes I do get outgripped in this position, right? Maybe Salama goes over the back here and then crunches me down really tight, right? And he's not letting me do my judo in that mid-range where I prefer, okay? Maybe Salama gets the position here and I'm trying to take this out. He pulls my sleeve across and he's going unloading turn throws here and he almost throws me, like, yeah, Jesus, and then forces me in exchange after exchange. He's getting the better of me, okay? And in that case, I would say, you know what? This mid-range stuff's not working for me very well, right? As he goes for that lapel, I might dive in here and say, you know what? I'm gonna roll the dice close range, okay? Especially if Salama's up by a wazari, he's already taken me down. I wanna force this close hip to hip, right? And then I'm just gonna go for broke, okay? You can't really go for broke from the outside range here and saying, okay, I have 30 seconds to make something happen. I'm gonna try and have a soto gari. Okay, it's gonna be very difficult to do. So that would be a great timing for me to close the distance, okay? A lot of the times, a quick misdirection, I make it look like I'm going over the back, right? Well, I drop and then I go underneath, okay? Now, Salama goes over the back as well. The advantage here is going to be my shoulder position, okay? I'm gonna say that again, my shoulder position. You see my shoulder? Good, okay? Tucking that shoulder underneath the armpit, that's gonna give me a lot of advantage, right? Is that uncomfortable for you? Yeah. Sleeve, inside position, okay? If he brings this shoulder over here, and look, now my arm, let's circle here. Now my arm is trapped downward, tuck that elbow into your body, right? Now it's gonna be very difficult for me to provide this upward lift, okay? I'm gonna have a hard time turning and throwing him over here. Also, it creates a lot of attacks from the backside here. Tanya Toshi. Oh shoot, kosoto. There you go, Tanya Toshi as well. Right? Because he's controlled this arm. Okay? I know Will said, hey, I'm having a hard time with my Tanya Toshi kosoto. Okay, you want to keep this arm trapped, hook the leg, and then keep this hips engaged here. Okay? That's gonna help you a lot. Alright? So, close range, fighting for this shoulder is gonna be very important. Once I have the shoulder, right, having a sleeve or a lapel, sometimes it's very dangerous to reach down here, right? And if notice my posture is bent, if he slips in a leg here and he has a sleeve, he's gonna go take me back straight over, okay? I wanna keep my posture upright with my shoulder tight, and I wanna be able to attack this sort of back angle, okay? I don't wanna climb on his hip though, because if he's capable of hopping and turning, he's gonna take me for a turn throw, okay? If I wanna take him back with a quick misdirection, I need to be able to keep his body upright and kazushiing him to the back using my head, okay? And fighting for this underhook. Now it's going to be very difficult for Salama to hop and turn and throw me Uchimata on this angle, okay? So shoulder position is important and posture is very important, okay? I also like to keep my toes pointed outward, right? To prevent, sleeve, osoto to the side of the knee, right? To prevent the osoto gari from being effective, okay? If I point my toes inward, right? And it's gonna bend my knee inward this way. he's gonna hook, chop, tear my ACL, and run me right over, okay? So, I'm fighting, right, mid-range, Salama's smoking me, taking me harai, taitoshi, forcing them waza, right? 30 seconds left on the clock, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. Going deep, okay? Fighting for that shoulder position, grabbing that sleeve, keeping the posture, going backwards, maybe huge goshi here. Wah! Right? Those are some of my options, right? I also forgot to mention, toes pointed outward, okay? I know some people might say, oh, you're more susceptible to kochi ochi this way. Maybe, yeah. But I'd rather kochi ochi than knee gets chopped in this way and I get folded in half. Gonna go soto here. Okay, head position, shoulder position. Okay, if he gives me my hips, that much. Okay, it's an option as well, right? Similar idea, right side versus right side. I know I'm talking about here. Over, under, close range. Okay, controlling the shoulder, right? Can you go soto now? A lot more difficult, right? Shoulder to shoulder, right? Not control my shoulder, huge turn throw, koshi guruma action, headlock throw, right? So close range, shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder position is very important. Some people say over is always better. Not necessarily, right? If you know a lot of the underhook stuff, come and attack from here, right? You too can throw your opponent very effectively.